Beauty in Black Season 2 Episode 10 Review. Let's go ahead and say it loud for the people in the back. This episode had a lot of talking, but not enough doing. Now don't get me wrong, Beauty in Black Season 2, Episode 10 is still carrying that same chaotic, dramatic, low-budget but high-stakes energy that keeps us watching. But baby, if you came here for explosions, table flips, wigs flying, and somebody getting read for filth, you might still be waiting. And that's exactly the problem. Kimmy said, "I'm not the same girl," and she meant that. Let's start with Kimmy, because whether you like her, hate her, or just tired of her, she is the show right now. Kimmy has fully stepped into her power, and I'm not talking about a soft glow up. I'm talking about boss energy, don't question me, attitude, making moves without asking permission. She went from surviving to controlling. And that shift, it's making everybody uncomfortable. You can see it in how people talk to her now. There's this tension like, we created you, but now we can't control you. And that's where the real drama is brewing. Because Kimmy ain't trying to be liked anymore. She's trying to win. But let's be honest, is Kimmy doing too much? Here's where I gotta be a little shady. Yes, Kimmy is powerful. Yes, she's stepping into her moment. But sometimes it feels like she's moving reckless. Like, she not listening, she not trusting nobody, she acting like she untouchable. And we all know what happens on shows like this when somebody starts feeling too safe. Right finger, they get humbled. Fast. So the question is Kimmy really in control, or is she about to lose everything she built? Jules is lurking, and that man is dangerous. Now let's talk about Jules. Because this man right here, he's not loud, he's not flashy, but he's calculating, and honestly, that's more dangerous than anything. Jules is sitting back like, go ahead, keep talking. I'm collecting everything. He knows too much. He's seen too much. And now he's ready to start exposing people. This episode made it very clear. Right finger Jules is not here to play nice anymore. Right finger Jules is here to take people down. And the biggest target, Kimmy. The problem with Jules' storyline, let's talk about it. Now here's the issue. Jules has all this power, all this information, all this buildup. But he's still just standing there, watching, plotting, talking. And that's where the frustration kicks in. Because as a viewer, I'm like, okay, you got all this tea, so spill it already. This episode felt like Jules was warming up to do something big. But never actually did it. And after a while, that starts to feel like empty threats. The Bellary family, built on lies, running on nerves. Let's not forget the family at the center of all this mess. The Bellary family is crumbling, and they know it. This episode really leaned into the idea that right finger everything they built is shaky. Right finger everything they hid is coming out. Right finger and nobody trusts anybody anymore. Horace digging into Norman's past. That's not just curiosity, that's survival. Because once people start digging, they don't stop. And what they find, usually worse than expected. Family drama, but make it exhausting weary. Now let me say this. The family drama is interesting, but it's also getting a little repetitive. It's like, secret revealed, somebody shocked, somebody threatens somebody, and then, nothing happens. Rinse, repeat, and at some point, you start asking, are we going anywhere with this? Because right now, it feels like we're stuck in the same cycle. Kimmy's personal story, the only real emotion in the episode. Now this part, this is where the episode actually hit. Kimmy dealing with her mother. Kimmy trying to protect her sister. That's real, that's emotional. That's the kind of storytelling that actually makes you feel something. Because everything else is right finger business, right finger power, right finger manipulation. But this is personal, and you can see it in Kimmy's face. For a moment, all that boss energy drops. And you see the hurt underneath. And honestly, we needed more of that. Because let's be real, the emotional storyline is what gives this show depth. Without it, it's just people arguing in nice clothes. And while that can be entertaining, it don't always feel meaningful. The biggest problem with episode 10, let's just say it, right finger this episode was all set up. No payoff, no major twist, no shocking moment that makes you jump out your seat. It's like the writers said, let's build tension, but forgot to release it. And after a while, that tension turns into frustration. Where is the moment we've been waiting for? Every show like this needs that moment. You know the one. Somebody gets exposed. Somebody loses everything. Somebody gets dragged, verbally or physically. But episode 10 didn't give us that. It gave us conversations, threats, build-up, but no explosion, and that's why it feels a little flat. Let's talk about the writing respectfully, but honestly, Grimace. Now I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but I am gonna be honest. The dialogue in this episode. Sometimes it felt like right finger people repeating the same lines. Right finger conversations going in circles. Right finger characters explaining things we already know. And it takes you out of the moment. Because instead of feeling natural, it starts to feel forced. Why fans are getting restless. If you've been watching this season, you already know. Right finger the pacing has been slow. Right finger the drama has been stretched out. Right finger the payoff has been delayed. And episode 10 didn't fix that. It actually made it more noticeable. Because now we're like, okay, we've been patient, where is the payoff? But, let's not act like it's all bad. Because I'm not gonna sit here and act like the episode was trash. It wasn't. There were still things that worked. Checkmark Kimmy's character growth. Checkmark Jules' potential as a villain. Checkmark the family's secret storyline. Checkmark the emotional moments. The problem isn't the ideas. Right finger, the problem is the execution. This episode feels like the calm before the storm. And I'll give it this. It does feel like something big is coming. Like all this talking, all this build-up, is leading to one major moment. Because if it's not, then we got a bigger problem. My final thoughts, real talk. Episode 10 is one of those episodes where, right finger, you understand what they're trying to do. Right finger, you see where the story is going. Right finger, but you're still left wanting more. It's not bad, it's just not satisfying. And in a show built on drama, that matters. Now let me ask you this, down finger. Because I already know you got opinions. Right finger, is Beauty and Black dragging this storyline too long? Or are we just waiting for one big moment that's about to change everything? And be honest, right finger, are you still excited to watch? Or are you watching out of habit at this point? Eyes.